There is a massive scam in the Beyblade community that is easily worth over $1 million. Pretty much everybody knows about fake Beyblades at this point. There's been tons of videos and tests showing that they do contain lead, and that's why a lot of Beyblade YouTubers don't really cover them anymore. The Beyblade scam that I'm talking about are fake Beyblades that a lot of people think are real because of false eBay listings. So let's take a deep dive into the world of MidFakes. MidFakes are somewhat higher quality fake Beyblades that are made in China for super cheap that emulate Takara Tomy releases. I've pretty much only seen them for Metal Fight releases, although they may exist for Burst and Plastics as well. I just haven't really seen those. Most people can tell the difference between real and fake Beyblade Burst, typically because fake ones will have a different logo like Flame Brand, or they'll just kind of look very obviously fake. But MidFakes are known for being somewhat close to the original Takara Tomy versions. An awesome Beyblade YouTuber, Daiymo GT, has done plenty of comparison videos for MidFakes, and he also made a Spot the Difference for us. So we're gonna play.
Hey guys, it's Daiymo, and today I'm going to be helping you on how to identify MidFakes. Yeah, so let's start off with these 3 Meteor El Drago Beige right here. 1 out of these 3 is a MidFake, while the other 2 Meteors are both Takara Tomy and Hasbro. Without me telling you, I will give you a few seconds to see if you can figure out which Bey is the MidFake. Here is our Bey number 1. Here is our Bey number 2. And here is our Bey number 3. Now that you have had a good look at all 3 of these Beys, have you figured out which Bey is the MidFake yet? Do you think it's Bey number 1? Or Bey number 2? Or do you think it's Bey number 3? Comment down below which one you think it is before I reveal the answer. And the answer was Bey number 2. That's right, number 2 was the MidFake, number 1 was the Hasbro version, and number 3 was the Takara Tomy version.
Before the answer was revealed, were you able to tell which one was the MidFake? I didn't have any MidFakes, but for this video I bought a MidFake Diablo Nemesis, and it's honestly scary how close they are. The box is scary close to the original, although maybe a little bit more pixelated or a little bit more washed out from what I remember. And the Beyblade itself is also pretty close to the original. However, it kind of depends on which MidFake you get. Some are better than others. And even the best MidFakes are going to have their problems when it comes to detail and durability.
Yeah, so first up, we're going to compare the MidFake Meteor El Drago to the Hasbro version and the Takara Tomy version. First up, we have the face bolts, and you can immediately tell which one is the MidFake due to its poor printing quality. The tattooed face bolt on the Hasbro version is much more clearer and well positioned when compared to the MidFake. Moving on, we have 3 Meteor energy rings here, and immediately you can recognize how frighteningly similar the MidFake energy ring is when compared to the Takara Tomy version. But don't worry, once you have both of these side by side, you will start to realize how much of a poor imitation the MidFake version truly is. The colours on the MidFake version are much more washed when compared to the original. The mold quality on the MidFake is also extremely messy. The most notable difference between Takara Tomy's version and the MidFake is that Takara Tomy's version actually has rubber on the energy ring, whereas on the MidFake it's actually made out of a very hard rubber or just plastic in general. As for the Hasbro version, the difference is pretty much night and day.
At this point, you may be thinking to yourself, what is the problem with MidFakes because they're so close to the original, and also how do I avoid them? One of the problems with MidFakes, just like with any fake Beyblade, is that buying these does not support the creators of Beyblade. And that is important because in order for Beyblade to continue, you need to support the creators of Beyblade itself. And I know plenty of you guys out there wouldn't buy fakes because of that issue, but there's also plenty of you that may have MidFakes and not even know it. If you go to eBay and search up a Metal Fight Beyblade, and for this example we'll use Diablo Nemesis, you can see plenty of listings for what are said to be genuine, and yet they've sold thousands of them for a really cheap price. These Beyblades came out 10 years ago. They are not in production anymore, and authentic ones in box should be pretty expensive, not $20 or less. And you can see that similar MidFake listings have had thousands of units sell at like $20 a piece. Just adding up several of them out of dozens or even hundreds of listings gives you revenues of hundreds of thousands of dollars, making this business of selling MidFakes worth millions of dollars. And you also have trusted websites that I know you guys have bought from before, like Bays and Bricks, have these listed as genuine, made by Takara Tomy, which is a lie. It is not true. I'm not sure how dangerous these are in terms of your health. There have been tests done by Daiymo GT and others, and some show they don't have lead and some show they do. It seems like most of the time they do not contain lead, but it is from a Chinese factory that is not as well regulated as the real Takara Tomy ones, so you can't really tell. It's really disappointing seeing how many listings there are on eBay and even trusted websites like Bays and Bricks saying that these are genuine. No, they are not as bad as Flame Brand or Rapidity, if you remember Rapidity. I feel old for saying that, but they are not genuine. They are not real Takara Tomy. They are somewhat higher quality fakes, but that's what they are, fakes. And I don't think that enough of the major players in the Beyblade YouTube community are talking about it. Just to add to this point, I don't hate MidFakes. They're definitely safer and higher quality than Rapidity, but the problem I have is websites saying they are genuine Takara Tomy when they aren't. If you know that they're not authentic before going into it, I think that's okay, but there are still people who don't know that and they think they're getting a real Beyblade, and that's just, I don't agree with that. But the problem with Metal Fight is finding genuine stuff is getting to be really difficult because you have listings that are shown as genuine, but they are not. And you may think that you'll just buy a used Beyblade instead, but those could be fakes as well, and you just won't know. One way that you can tell if the Beyblade is real or a mid-fake is the code that is at the bottom for Metal Fight Bays. For example, my code is F1812, which does not match up with the actual authentic Takara Tomy code, which proves that this is a mid-fake. I'll leave a link to a Reddit post which has a lot of official Takara Tomy codes in the description down below for you guys to check out. If you're looking for real and authentic Beyblade Burst Bays, maybe go and check out Mall of Toys, the sponsor of the channel. They have a lot of Beyblades up for sale, like the Versus set, which I love a lot. That's why I keep talking about it. And Barricade Lucifer is almost here, just a couple of days away, so go and pre-order that on Mall of Toys as well. Links for that in the description. But thank you guys for watching. Thank you to Daiymo GT for letting me use his footage. Be safe out there when buying Beyblades. Try and check the codes if you can. And really, while mid-fakes are pretty close, I just don't think it's worth it.